What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to this very special podcast. It is night one review of WrestleMania, or as it's called, WrestleRainia, as Michael Cole called it, because they had a delay. Oh my God, I think it's the first time ever I've seen it. You know, all these outdoor stadiums and everything, all these outdoor events and everything. And they never, it never came to anything with it. I mean, just seeing the rain pouring down and everything, and poor Mandy Rose slipping over and everything, it was just, wow. Unbelievable. Right, and for some reason, we kicked off the show. We kicked off the WrestleMania. I didn't see what happened on kickoff shows, by the way. I rarely watch them, to be honest with you. I just want to see the pay-per-view itself. I saw the first match on the card was the WWE Title match, because it wasn't the main event. The women's title was. So they thought, we'll just put the WWE title on the first match, which is fair enough, because it was a great fight. It wasn't a match, it was a fight, pretty much. Hard-hitting championship match. Hard-hitting to the point where Drew McIntyre flew, because I think, if I remember correctly, because this was last night, it's now Sunday evening here, I think, let's just say this, Lashley got pulled outside to the ring by MVP, and Drew was like, fuck this, and just ran up to the ropes and did like a plunger over the top rope. I've seen him do it before in ICW, so he's done it before in ICW, so it wasn't a shock to me, so I knew he could do it, and he did it on there, and he took out MVP and Lashley on the outside, which was tremendous. But the ending was, I think he was going to go for the Claymore, and MVP shouted Lashley and distracted McIntyre enough for Lashley to eventually hook him in the Hurt Lock. Now, I said that Drew would win this, but I'm not disappointed that Drew lost. You know what Vince is like. You think, he's going to drop the title and everything and pass it over the thing. And I thought, with what I've read before, I thought they were going to go with Drew winning it because, the crowds are back and everything and all that. But I'm glad that they stuck with Lashley. Because now Lashley can have a good reign and be that guy, be the almighty guy that he is. I didn't think they were going to do that, but I was phenomenally glad that I got proven wrong on that. But like I say, it's going to be interesting. Do I think this is over between him and Lashley? No. I do genuinely think that Drew's going to win the title back. I do genuinely think that. But when? I don't know. Tamina and Natalya won the tag team turmoil. Thank you, God. And please, if there was an ounce of God tonight on night 2, please let them win the belts. They deserve it. And Tamina, I'll go back and watch the fight on Smackdown. She had with Nia Jax. They took it to one another and everything, and they won tag team turmoil. I think they were the last team entrant into the turmoil match, and rightly so, and they won, and I'm thankful for that because they deserve this, and now it's there. I think they need to win the belts. They definitely need to win the belts. They definitely need to win the belts. Cesaro versus Rollins didn't steal the show like I thought it was going to, but it was a great match. Corkscrew splash from Rollins. I've never seen him do that, where he just gets on the top rope and just spins in the air and then splashes down. Never seen him do that before, which was tremendous. And like I said on TikTok last night, go TikTok at Games Matter as well. Finally, they're pushing Cesaro, because I even said it as well. I even said it on the pre-show, the predictions that I did when I did the review for Stand and Deliver. I even said it. If Cesaro did not win this match, he would have been done. There would have been no Universal title or WWE title or anything like that. His push would have been dead. Everybody's talking about, push Cesaro. If he hadn't beat Seth Rollins, it would have been no Cesaro. He'd have been best off leaving the company, because it would have been done. But thankfully, they went with him, and he beats Seth Rollins. So please, now, do what you're doing with him with Big E. Big E's got the Intercontinental Championship. He's more than likely going to lose it tonight. But do what you're doing with him, with Big E, with Cesaro now. That's your next star. You've got Big E. You're pushing him to the moon. Okay, if Big E loses tonight, he needs to go for the Universal title as well. He needs to get that Universal title now, or the WWE title if he's sticking on Raw. But that's what Cesaro. That's the spot that Cesaro needs to be in now. You've made it. You've had him beat Seth Rollins. Let's put him in there, and let's push him to the moon. Let's put him in the Big E spot and just push him straight to the moon. You know, have him in great matches, make him win an Intercontinental Championship. You know, if Apollo wins tonight, that could be the next guy who takes it off Apollo, Cesaro. I wouldn't mind seeing that. So, yeah, that's the next step for Cesaro. And I'm glad he's got that. Tag titles. It was a pretty decent match, to be fair. I thought this was going to be a stinker, but it wasn't. It was a pretty decent match. And Omos is a monster. And like I said again on TikTok, I hate to be a tag team on Raw, knowing that AJ Styles and Omos are now the Raw Tag Team Champions. Not bad for a debut for the big man, but I think they're going to be having the belts for a long time. I don't see anybody worthy enough. Not that the Raw Tag Team titles are worthy to begin with. I still believe they should bring the SmackDown and the Raw Tag titles together and have them on, and have one big tag team title. Quite frankly, like the undisputed tag team titles, to be honest with you, because Raw and SmackDown tag team titles, SmackDown tag team titles are doing fine. They're doing great. I'll give them that. The tag teams are questionable, but they have great teams on there. You know, even though they are questionable being together, but they are great teams. But I think if you're on Raw now, if you're on the Raw tag team division, and you watched WrestleMania and you've seen Omos and AJ Styles win the titles, I think you'd be asking for a transfer over to SmackDown. I'd be like, okay, I'm out. Vince, get me over to SmackDown, please. Because I wouldn't want to be in the same ring as Omos, to be honest with you. I'd want that guy on my side. AJ Styles is on cloud 9 at the moment because he's got that guy, and he's got that guy watching his back. And I don't blame him because, holy shit, he's a monster. And he did very well in his little outing that he had. He did very well. He demolished the New Day single-handedly. Little cool spot when AJ did the phenomenal forearm on Woods off Omos' shoulders, by the way. So, little cool spot there. But yes, AJ Styles and Omos are the World Tag Team Champions on Raw. So, cage match ended up being a 3-on-1 pretty much but Strowman survived it, and the highlight of the match, to be honest with you, was when Braun Strowman threw Shane McMahon off the top of a cage. Grabbed him on top of a cage. Shane was going to go out. Braun grabbed him by the hand, pushed his hand into the cage, could have broke his hand, quite frankly, and then ripped the cage open, dragged Shane back in, threw him to the top of the cage, and then grabbed him and said, "This is for all of us," and just literally just went, "Youth." And Shane took a front bump, like a somersault bump, off the top of the cage and landed in the ring. Thankfully, it wasn't on the outside because it would have been hurt a lot more. But he took a bump and then came down. Braun power slammed him 1, 2, 3. So, yeah, that was just wow. So, I don't know where they're going to go with that, with Braun Strowman now after that, but, yeah, it is what it is. And I can't believe I'm actually saying this. You want to know what stole the show night 1? This tag match. Buddy, Damien Priest versus Miz and Morrison. Buddy was awesome. I don't know what training he's had, but it's worked. He was holding his own to the point where he got Morrison on the outside and did what they call a Bonnie Destroyer, which is a version of the Canadian Destroyer, the somersault power driver. And Miz was like, what the fuck? You know, I think we all were. And even Byron Saxton said, I've seen it all now. You know, it was like unbelievable. And like I said, whatever training he had worked. I mean, you got to give a little credit to the parkour skills of Morrison as well, because I don't think that would have happened as well that flip and everything, because, you know, Morrison is the king of parkour. I mean, Miz and Morrison did dominate the match, but at one point as well. But damn, man, Bonnie was awesome. And he stole the show, in my opinion. He stole the show on night 1. What will happen in night 2, we'll find out tonight. But, holy moly. Holy cow. It still shocks me, that. It really does. And, of course, the main event, Bianca Belair finally, as we predicted, ladies and gentlemen, Bianca Belair wins the Smackdown Women's title, rightly so. And I still can't believe the ending of that match. The power of Bianca Belair is freakishly insane. It genuinely is freakishly insane. Go back and watch the match, the things that she was doing. She was outpowering her, Sasha Banks, beyond belief. It was unbelievable what she was doing. Unbelievable. I genuinely could not believe what she was doing. As far as... I mean, the ending was amazing to the match. She eventually... The counters, great wrestling, counters and everything. But the highlight of the match was Bianca Belair takes her hair thing and literally uses it as a whip on Sasha. And you could hear it, the sound in the stage, on the thing. It was like a gun going off. It was like... And it was so loud. I was like... And it's probably the most thing of the day. So loud to the fact that I would have said that left a mark, but it did. Because you saw after the match, you saw a scar across the side of Sasha Banks' body. You saw the scar from that. Because I think the bead got her on the thing, which was just insane. But Bianca Belair is the SmackDown Women's Champion. And she is now the new standing bearer of the SmackDown Women's Division. Period. Okay. The Raw Women's Division is set tonight. I hope Rhea Ripley wins, to be honest with you, because they never did anything with Asuka, to be honest with you. I mean, JD from New York says it best. They never did anything with her. I don't think she defended the title. I think she only defended about twice, maybe 3 times. So, I think Rhea Ripley is the next person in, and there'll be a huge feud between her and Charlotte Flair again, no doubt, when Charlotte eventually returns. Hopefully it's not tonight. But yeah, it was amazing. But night 1, spot on. I enjoyed it. 8.5 maybe to a 9. To be honest with you, we'll see what happens tonight on night 2. So I will try and record night 2 after the show tonight. If I can't, I will do it the next day. So we'll see what happens. I had to do this the next day because I was knackered after seeing. The night 1, and especially the delay didn't help. So I will try and record night 2 after the show tonight. But yeah, night 1 was awesome. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any comments, drop them down below, whether you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, or even on Twitch as well, because I'll probably put it up a Twitch at some point. And I'll see you for night 2 review. See you later.